would you classify alcoholism as a neurodivergently flavored, I don't want to say disease, but calling?
I call alcoholism a disease. It's a psycho-spiritual disease, right? And I know that that's not a very popular kind of label. One of my recent therapists actually told me that I shouldn't call myself an alcoholic because it bottlenecks me. In a big way, my book, especially chapter 11, The Archetype of the Alcoholic, is a response to that narrative, right? Because there's something powerful in the alcoholic in these archetypes because they're dual natured, right? There's a higher and a lower, and the sober alcoholic is a paradox. You know, who's ever heard of a sober alcoholic or a grateful alcoholic, right? I've never actually considered whether alcoholism represents neurodivergency, but I think it does. I think it represents a divergent kind of attempt to fulfill what Jung called an unrecognized spiritual need. For the alcoholic or the drug addict, or, you know, people who have a tendency to overeat or to have too much sex or whatever it is, like these kinds of really heavy addictions, they all to me represent, it's almost like almost rather than like neurodivergency, it's almost like a psycho spiritual divergency, right?
I think that's a great way to put it. Yeah.
There's a different way of coping with that spiritual crisis that alcoholics and drug addicts are able to tap into.